to... What do I say at the beginning of these? Hey, welcome to another horror review. My name is Tyler Bell. I'm a horror author and writer. I like writing horror. I like talking about it. And today I am talking about The Crazies, a 2010 American science fiction horror film. It's a fucking zombie movie. Directed by Breck Eisner, the son of Michael Eisner, who once destroyed Disney, with a screenplay from Scott Corsair and Ray Wright, starring Timothy Olyphant, Radha Mitchell, Joe Anderson, and Danielle Panabaker. George Romero wrote the original movie, which came out in the 1970s. I've never heard of it, although it sounds familiar. I've never seen it. I don't know anybody that's seen the original Crazies or ever brought it up in conversation with me. And I was in the Marine Corps during the mid to late 2000s. So all we did was talk about zombie apocalypses while scratching our balls on post and waiting to die. That's pretty much day in and day out. So it's a surprise to me that no one talked about the old one, and it's a surprise to me that no one talks about the new one today, because this film fucking slaps, like start to fucking finish. It is so good. I love it. It is a prototypical zombie movie done in the American tradition. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's one really, really correct way to make a zombie movie that if you deviate from too much, your zombie movie is just gonna not be good, or it's gonna be like weird and experimental. And that is, you have the pre-breakout, right? That's just city streets. It's always somewhere. It's always sunny. It's always sunny. The day before a zombie apocalypse, there's never a drop of rain. Zombie apocalypse can only happen on like a nice weekend for a ball game, which is where we start the Crazies. It's 2 days, as they say. That the movie technically starts with a nice little musical number over the town of Ogden Marsh, Iowa, where it takes place, burning to the fucking ground. Scoot back to 2 days before that, and there is a little ball game. Everyone's there. Oh, it's nice little. I think it's high school ball. Yeah, it's high school ball. The sheriff is there. His name's David. He's played by Timothy Olyphant, who is just the best sheriff you can ever ask for. Timothy Olyphant, I think, plays a lawman of some degree in every single thing he's in, except for Santa Clarita Diet and Hitman. Anyway, so he's there watching the baseball game with everybody else. Crazy walks onto the field toting a shotgun. He fucking quick draws on him. Bam! Right in the fucking face. Drops that guy, and the movie really starts to begin. Weird murders start to happen, and they do that big. It's that good first part of a zombie movie. What the fuck is happening? And they start figuring it out. They're not really zombies per se. It's very similar to Crossed, if you've ever read that comic book, in that they retain a lot of motor function and a good deal of memory. So the identity of the zombies, the Crazies, that's too hard and too odd to say. The identity of the pseudo-zombies stays intact, so they kind of remember who they are, or their occupations, or things that they like to do. And in the case of some of them, they try to enact vengeance for wrongs done to them. And there's a whole mental breakdown that's not really gone into, but it's sort of established on the side. Like, at first there's like some memory losses. People tend to repeat themselves, and so you can tell when somebody's maybe mildly infected because they get just a little fucking weird. Then it gets into just the heart of good zombie movie, which is don't get bit, don't get infected, and avoid the contagion containing military force that's there. These are the kind of mix-up elements that you get from most zombie movies. This is like the heart of the what we are trying to do in this zombie movie. In Shaun of the Dead, it's get to the Winchester. In Dawn of the Dead, it's escape from the mall to somewhere better. In this, it's escape from the town and also from the government authorities while maybe trying to save as many people as you can, which is, pretty much rote for most zombie films. And then you have the end, which is a little bit of post credits and blizzy blah 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 blah. But let's get back to the heart of it and why this movie is good. There's no downtime. There is no fucking downtime in the entirety of this film that's unnecessary. So I feel I don't know who really came up with this rhythm in this film, if you can attribute it to the screenwriter or if you can attribute it to the director, but they nail the horror action pace perfectly. So basically the movie goes as a series of setups. So you have a bunch of minor objectives that you have to do to complete your major objective, which is leave. And each minor objective comes with a little bit of you got something and a little bit of you lost something. So you get information, but you lose a gun. You get a car, but you lose one of your party members. You get infected, but you sacrifice yourself. That sort of stuff. And it opens up a chance to really glorify places that you are familiar with, very, very typical small town areas. We go to a high school that's been converted into a quarantine center / field hospital. There's a fight near the end in a truck stop diner, and it's not even really a fight. It's more of a stick and move, duck, dodge, dip, dive, duck and dodge to get the fuck out of there. In something that can escape the zombies that are inside, and it's just fire, man. You never really take a break. And the horror action is a little bit different than action. Horror action, you're thinking Dead Space, the video game Dead Space. You're thinking of Resident Evil, maybe even to a degree the worst Silent Hill games and movies, and Aliens. Aliens is that is the pinnacle. Horror action just adds a small half beat before action. In an action movie, you have your calm, your pre-setup. So you're in the Expendables, you're in the plane. How much longer till we get down? Ba ba ba. I don't know, but I got one thing to say to you. I can't wait to have me 3 steaks and a cigar when we get back. That's 4 steaks that you had last time. Ha ha ha. They all laugh. And then, so you have your establishment, and then you have your initial point of conflict, which is, the plane gets shot. Right? And then they're going down. Okay, so that's your minor conflict, and then your major conflict is overcoming objective that you're already stated to do while still dealing with the aftermath. In a horror action movie, it's that plus a horror scene, which is fun, In the case of the Crazies, you have one really, really great moment where a pregnant woman is strapped into a hospital bed. And then she hears this sound. She's talking with other people that are in the ward. Some of them are clearly infected, so she's surrounded by sick people. There's one person that's not sick, that's down from her. And they're, I just want to talk to my mom. I just want to talk to my mommy. Blah, 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 blah. It's fucking awesome. And very unsettling. It's dark. There's been gunshots outside. All of the staff has left. All these people on these radios. Roger, we gotta clear out. So there's something bad. You know what I mean? The wave of bad that you were already exposed to is receding, but you're now falling out of the frying pan and into the fire. And in through all this subtle, low-level chaos, this background white noise, you just hear scratching. You're like, what the fuck is that? And when you get to that, that's horror action, right? Horror is just like, oh God, oh fuck. But horror action is like, oh, I'm ready to get fucking scared. I'm fucking ready. Yes! And then you see it. It's a fucking pitchfork, dude. And not one of them skinny little bullshit ones for straw. A fucking just mean-ass, filthy, cow shit, fucking earth-tilling, 4-foot, cold steel pressed fucking pitchfork, dude. You could stab an elephant to death in its skull with this fucking thing. It's got blood on it. The blood's leaving little trails on the ground. Just fucking, fuck yes. And then he's in there, and it's just a crazy motherfucker, dude. He's unwell, but he's clearly cognizant of what he's doing. And he just goes to the first crazy person and pushes those fucking thing all the way. Boom! And you get the scene from underneath the gurney. Ka-chak! Those 4 prongs coming in. Back up. Pa-cha! 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 One girl that's not the main character, you're like, she's gonna fucking die, dude. She's done. And the lady that's pregnant, and he's stabbing him in the belly, so she's pregnant. She's like, oh fuck. She's gonna stab my unborn baby, god damn it. And just gets closer. And then he's right over top of her. And he's right over top of the other lady. No, me, you do it to me. Oh. And then she's like, oh fuck, he's gonna do it to me instead. And then he's over the top of her and BAM! Motherfucking bullet right through the goddamn head. Husband came to save the day. Woo! Woo! Fire. Oh, okay, everybody can take a breath. Oh, Jesus Christ. But you're not out of the frying pan yet. But that's horror action. This big, oh God, the scene feels like it's 10 minutes long, but I think it's only like 2 or 3. And it's just fucking perfect. And then from there, you're running around. And you have these scenes consistently and constantly throughout the movie, and they're all well shot, they're well lit, and there's such a good mix of light and dark in this film, and I mean that in terms of how scenes are set and when they're set, that everything seems fresh. Even though a lot of the situations they get put into are similar, Timothy Olyphant's character can't reach his gun, or only has like a bullet, or can't make any noise, or his wife can't reach a gun, or doesn't have any bullets, or can't make any noise. You keep getting into those same setups, but because it's really different scene to scene. Sometimes it's in the day, sometimes it's at night, sometimes it's in a house. It's just perfect, and it fucking slaps. There's never a dull moment, which is why it is bizarre to me, like utterly odd, that nobody fucking talks about this goddamn movie anymore. It's so good. I think anybody who picks this up will enjoy it. It's got scares. It's got good female characters, which is not always the case in horror films, and it's fucking rare in horror action films. There's a lot of heart in it. I think that's always the best part of a good zombie film, is it is really about humanity. A zombie film where you just go around killing zombies is going to be boring, because if your characters don't have something that makes them more valuable than the soulless consumer stand-ins that zombies are, then there's no reason to root for them. But in the case of the Crazies, there absolutely is. On to great. For quality, I'm going to give this movie a 10. 9? 10. I'm going to give it a 10. For what it tries to accomplish and what it gets in there, it's functionally perfect. It is start to finish well shot. It looks pretty. The soundtrack is great. There's one thing that I could dock it for, but I won't, because it really just fits in with that slight bit of cheese that goes with the ham sandwich that is any zombie film. And it is a outdated late 2000s digital zoom in thing that they so it's supposed to be like an overhead drone view of the thing, and it's how they get from scene to scene sometimes. That's not perfect, but first off, it is actually accurate to the events of the film. It's not just jammed in there, and it's not that jarring. 10 for enjoyability. Jesus fucking Christ, I love this film. I'll watch it again for the rest of my life every once in a while. It blows my mind that people don't fucking watch it. It's so much fucking fun. Timothy Olyphant is perfect. Joe Anderson as his deputy Russell is a great sort of foil to him. His wife is awesome and has plenty to do for a pregnant chick. She's not just sitting in the back of the car screaming for, we gotta go! She's awesome. And yeah, man, it's just, the movie just fucking slaps. Perfect. And as far as 5 out of 5, is this horror out of 5? Yeah, I'll give it a clean 4. Action horror gets a point off technically just because it's a little cross genre in a way that takes away from the overall horror element of it. You know, you never. It's always just slightly not horror, you know, and I feel like a lot of people that would watch this that are real true horror buffs might even try to say it's not a horror movie, it's an action film. Because there's people that consider themselves horror buffs, but all they watch is slasher films from the 80s, and they think that if something doesn't follow every plot beat from fucking Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, the real Halloween, I swear to God, that Rob Zombie piece of shit shouldn't be even allowed to be sold in stores. That guy, poof. But, you know, hey, these are reviews for everybody, technically. So, if you are that guy, you alone might not think that this is a horror film, but generally anybody else would. And if you get queasy, if you get fucked up, if you like gore, if you don't like gore, it's all in there. Man, it's wonderful. Start to finish, just amazing. My overall grade for this film is it's a must-watch. Dude, go see this fucking movie. Go see it. Stop watching me. Go watch this film. I've said everything I need to say about it. The Crazies. Hey, my name's Tyler Bell. Like I said before, if you think my opinions are dumb, tell me, dude. Shred me. Let me know in the comments down below. Share this video, like, comment, subscribe. Smash that like button. Comment down below. Do whatever you want. If you want to talk more about horror movies with me and the people that like my podcast, you can join our Discord. We just started it, so there's not a lot of people in it. Hit me up on Twitter at WS Fairytales. Watch the podcast, westsidefairytales.com. And yeah, just in general, hit me up. And until next time, as always, stay safe out there.